Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me, gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude before me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful. 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 Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful. 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 Out beyond the ideas of right doing and wrong doing, there is a field. And thank you for meeting me in that field this morning, the field of possibility, the field of potential, the field where when we lay down in it together, when we come together in this field, even the ideas of you and me don't make any sense because we're all one. So thank you for meeting me in the field this morning. Tell somebody, thank you for meeting me in the field this morning. And we are powerful stay up here, guys. I got another one for you. Yeah, surprise. So we are co-creators with each other, but really we're all one. We're all creators. We are in the image and likeness of our Creator, so we are creators, and we're each creating our own experience of reality. You know, here's a little thing that you can try. I want to focus this morning on gratitude and practice. So indulge me this morning. This is going to be kind of like a workshop a little bit today. Have you ever noticed that you only really pay attention to what's right here in front of you, right? Like driving down the road in your car, we're in these little bubbles, right? And so I'm looking at the screen. Oh, great, we have screens in our cars now to fiddle with, right? So I'm looking at the screen. I want to listen to the podcast. I want to know what the weather is. I want to listen to a song, you know. I'm looking at how fast I'm going. Maybe I'm looking at the map thing, you know. And so then I'm looking in the rearview mirror, looking in this mirror, you know. I'm looking at the dash. I need to wash my windshield. But then what if you just you're at the traffic light and you start expanding your perception to include what's way ahead of you and what's way over there. Gratitude above you, gratitude behind. Let's try that right now. You want to try it right now? Yeah. So just imagine this space in this room. Not around you, but just be aware of the spaciousness in this room. And outside of this room. You can think of God as spaciousness or awareness. And that awareness, see if you can find an end to space, spaciousness. It goes out there. And it wraps around our neighbors in this beautiful community that we live in. It goes out into the city, out into the island. Just let your consciousness expand out to the ocean. But our body is still right here, right? Guess what? You are that spaciousness. You are that space. That's your true nature. So you're vast. Limitless. You're anything that you imagine yourself to be. Your world is what you imagine it to be. So are you creating a heaven for yourself and the people around you? Or the other place you don't want to be? Imagine we're in heaven. It's easy if you try. So we're all in a field this morning, a field of possibility, a field of pure potentiality, a field of potential. What's it like in our field this morning? Whoop, there went a little rabbit. What do you want in your field? Right here, right now. A river, a stream, a tree, flowers. What? The sun. We like the sun in the morning. Green grass. Is there anybody besides us here? A picnic blanket. Can we have some fried chicken, please? And pumpkin pie? I'm already in Thanksgiving. A big ham. Sorry, vegans. You can have keto food in your field. No hell below us. Above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. What about this part? Nothing to kill or die for, and no religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say that we are dreamers, but we're not the only ones. I know someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No greed or hunger. A brotherhood of woman. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say that we are dreamers, but we're not the only ones. No, I know someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one. You may say that we are dreamers, but we're not the only ones. No, I know someday you'll join us, and the world will go and the world will live as one, 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 as one. How about a hand for the Spirit I Am band, everybody? Thank you. That was a total surprise for them. Like, what? That's what happens when you surround yourself with excellence. Yes, amen. Who wants to live in a mediocre world? Do you? I don't. I did that. It's not any fun. This is better. Trust me. We teach New Thought principles. Unity is part of a wider movement called the New Thought movement. Say that together. New Thought movement. I want everybody to know this, because when I first came to Unity, I thought Unity was just the little 2-story concrete block building on the side of the mountain in Huntsville, Alabama that I went to every Sunday, and I had no idea what they were talking about, but they were really nice to me. So I kept going back. And it was the first spiritual community I'd ever been to, like Miss Evelyn says, that I felt better afterwards. right, than the other way. And no one ever said, you're doing it wrong. You're messed up. You're broken. They said, keep coming back. You'll change. Change your thinking, and you'll change your life. So the New Thought movement is based on a statement of in the Bible, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Change your thinking, change your life. Whatever thoughts that we hold in our mind and in our heart and charged with feeling are going to manifest for us. Prayer, affirmative prayer, which if you'd like to try some affirmative prayer, June's here for you today to pray with you. I'll pray with you. Affirmative prayer is about changing me, not you, to suit me. Prayer is not about changing God's mind. It's about changing my mind to accept the fact that I'm already loved, that I'm already worthy, that I'm already deserving of all God's good, because God is all good and God's grace is available to me all the time. I'm the one that's blocking the grace and the goodness in my life by the thoughts and the feelings that I'm holding. And so we have a sister organization, Centers for Spiritual Living. They used to be called at one time the science of mind. This is a mental science. It's actually logic. You start with the principle that there's only one thing, God is all there is, our first unity principle that we affirm every Sunday, and then you go from there. God is all good. I'm made in the image of God, so I'm all good. Even though I don't act like it sometimes, it's still the truth of my being. I am everything that God is. I'm made in the image and likeness of God. So it's up to me to change my mind about the world, myself, and my place in it in order to be everything that I'm created and here to be. Because you're here to be excellent. You're here to be wide open. You're here to be the glory of God made manifest. If you want to know what your purpose is, you're here to express the glory of God. You're here to be the Word made flesh. And when I first heard that, I was like, whoo, lightning is about to strike down, because I'd been told something totally different. So if you have a whole lifetime of conditioning, it may not click for you in the blink of an eye. Now it can. Jesus said, I come back, the second coming, in the twinkling of an eye, like a thief in the night. But guess what? You're the second coming of Christ. And it's the realization of your Christ nature that is that second coming. So it's not up to someone to come galloping out of the sky to save you. That's your job. Because really, you're already saved. We just don't know it, right? Yeah, tell somebody, you're good just like you are. So I love Thanksgiving because I love gratitude. If you haven't noticed, we have a theme going this morning. Because gratitude is one of the most powerful feelings that we can generate, one of the highest vibrations that we can live in. Okay, so it's thought plus feeling equals outcome. So we have the thought, a dominant thought, that I'm good, I'm loved, I'm liked, I'm worthy. But then if we don't feel it, we don't have the gas in the car engine that makes it go. Does that make sense? We have to charge it with our feeling. So we have to practice getting into that feeling place that we want to be. Well, how do we do that? Generate gratitude. Spend time together like this. One of the things that we're going to do on Thanksgiving Day here, we're having a dinner. Everybody's invited. Anybody that wants to come, you're welcome. I went to the internet. The internet can be your friend. You create your own reality on the internet. I went to the Sisters of the New South website and I ordered ham and macaroni and cheese and yams and cabbage, enough to feed a good group of people. So if you'll show up here with me 11 o'clock on Thanksgiving Day, if you don't have anywhere to go, you're welcome to come. Bring something to eat or not. It doesn't matter. Come and eat with me. We're going to be grateful for some good food and some good company, and then we're going to share our gratitude. We're going to talk about what we're grateful for, because that's the kind of environment that I want to live in all the time. I want to surround myself with excellence, with other people that want to live in the high vibration. There's enough people around me that want to be down here. I used to pray, okay, I'm tired. But God told me to say this. Not really. I used to be in a Native American group, and there was one guy that we called Walking Eagle, because everybody had a name, right? Spirit Talker. Yeah, the other one I'm not going to share with you. But we called this guy Walking Eagle because he was too full of to fly. So I don't want to surround myself with walking eagles, right? I want to surround myself with you. And I'm not saying that he is a bad person, but our divinity is wrapped up in a personality. And the divinity sometimes is hard to filter through the personality, especially if we have been practicing conditioned thoughts and feelings all of our lives. And perhaps we're not aware that we are the light of the world walking around in a human suit. Yes, so it's our job to be that, to give other people permission to shine their light. I didn't know I was the light of the world until I went to Unity, and even after they told me that, I didn't believe them. I was like, you, Miss Blessy, you're the light of the, right? Miss Blessy is the light of the world, yes. We love you. It's easy to see your light, but me, looking in the mirror, oh, how could I ever pretend to the throne in such a way? No, not me. Maybe you. I could see the Great Spirit in the tree or the river or the ocean, but to look in the mirror and see it, that's the work. That's our work to do, is to change our mind about the truth of our nature, to change how we feel about ourselves. And then we get to see it reflected back to us in the world. There's a thing called the law of attraction. Has anybody ever heard of that before? Okay, so I like to take that a little bit deeper here, but basically, how many remembers when you had a radio that you had to tune it in, right? It wasn't, you still have one? Yeah. It wasn't digital. I bet you have a cassette player too, right? Yeah. I'm jogging with my Walkman, and people were like, what is that? Is that a weapon? What has he got? It stunned me. Right? Yeah, so you had to dial in the frequency in order to hear the station that you wanted to hear. And sometimes if you're driving in your car while you're listening to the radio, the station would fade in or out, and you'd have to adjust it a little bit to dial it back in. So that's what we are, like human frequency generators and receivers, right? So we dial in to the frequency that we want to experience. So what frequency are you dialed into? You know, we have to do our spiritual practice, because every now and then it's like, oh, I can't hear the song I want to hear anymore. I can't hear God's voice. I can't hear the station I want to listen to. I'm going to have to dial it in. I'm going to have to do my meditation. I'm going to have to be quiet. I'm going to have to sit down. I have to do some forgiveness and releasing work and dial it back in, you know. Like, what are you dialed into? like a bunch of people arguing on talk radio all the time? Is that what your live station is dialed into? Because whatever that you're generating, you're going to receive, and whatever you're receiving, you're going to generate. So we want to get up here in the high, well, I do. It can be fun to play around here, but so let's get up here. Let's practice our gratitude. Let's practice our joy. Let's practice our thanksgiving so we can stay dialed in. Because if we're truly all one, right? If we're the one expressing as the many, then the more that we tune our individual frequency to the love channel, to the peace channel, to the truth channel, the more the whole consciousness of all the people living as one are dialed up into a higher frequency. Yes, I change the world by changing myself. If I want to live in a peaceful world, then I need to be a peaceful person. And that starts with the thoughts, the things that I tell myself about myself. If I want to live in a loving world, I need to be a loving person. You know, there's a lot of things in the world that I would like to see differently, that I feel like I don't have any control over, but I have control over this radio frequency right here. So it's my job, I feel, your job might be different, your mileage may vary. It's my job to stay dialed in to the highest vibration. And then I'm able to act from that place. So when I focus on the beingness first, the consciousness first, then my actions follow. And that's not to say that we should not feel angry or we should not feel discouraged, because we feel afraid, we feel disgusted, we feel outraged, because we're humans and these are natural human emotions. So if we try to jump over the unpleasant emotions to go directly to the good stuff, then it's called a spiritual bypass. We're bypassing what could be a big blessing for us, a dark night of the soul moment, a nugget that's been discovered. So we had this ceremony here this week. It was called a truth mandala, and Beth Remis led it. It was a ceremony where we had a table in the middle of a circle, and we had 4 different quadrants, and each quadrant represented a different emotion. So we had a stick for fear, a stick for anger, a rock for fear, a bowl for emptiness, and dried leaves for sorrow. And during the ceremony, you were invited to come up, go to one of the quadrants whenever you wanted to, and as many times as you want, and express whatever emotion was represented by that different quadrant. So you would hold the stick and not brandish it, but hold it and then talk about, I'm angry about this. So I got up for a minute and did it, but there was one point where someone else had the stick and they were talking about being angry, and I didn't realize how angry that I was. And so I just sat there and was mad. I didn't try to fix it. One of the things that I realized from that experience was when I get angry, I want to do something. So I'm going to wash the dishes. I'm going to mow the yard. I'm going to go outside with my hammer, right? But I sat there in the chair. I didn't get up to share. I just sat there and I felt mad. And my face got hot. I started to sweat. My heart started pounding faster, but I just was with it. Like, I wasn't trying to say this is wrong, I shouldn't feel this. I wasn't trying to get away from it. I wasn't trying to fix it. I was just mad. And then it dissolved. And after the ceremony, I felt so light. I was kind of giddy. Like I was a little drunk, I think, spiritually high. You know, I'm in 12-step program. So I replaced drink and drug with God. God is my drug. It's the best drug. And anybody that's ever had a mystical experience will agree with me on that. It's like, ooh, Lord, this is better than Jack Daniels any day. Wow. And there's no hangover. Yeah. So I was floating around after the ceremony on Wednesday, and it just proved to me once again what happens when we allow ourselves to feel our emotions, to feel whatever comes up. Because for so long in my life, I was unwilling to sit with my feelings. Like when I was growing up, my mother taught us not to get mad. Like, don't you? And my dad taught us, don't cry. I'll give you something to cry about. Yeah. So me and my sister learned to just swallow some of our suppress, push down some of our strongest emotions. So it took me a long time to learn to be okay to get mad, to be okay to get sad. Because everybody does it. Like we're human. Like it's ridiculous to try to say, oh no, I'm not mad. I'm just fine. I'm fine. Don't talk to me. Right? Yeah. It's like getting a big beach ball and trying to hold it under the water. It's going to pop up sooner or later, and probably in a way you don't want it to. So you might as well just go ahead and be with whatever comes up. Because in New Thought, some of us that have been around a long time, it's like, oh, well, you know, I don't want to go there. I want to be positive. I want to think positive thoughts. Yes, we want to do that, and we want to be authentic. We want to honor what comes up because it's release and affirmation. There are two tools that go together in order to create the experience of reality that we desire to manifest. So you cannot bypass the unpleasant emotions to go directly to the good stuff without causing yourself serious harm. So it is traumatic to not express your feelings. Now that doesn't mean that we should be ignorant and act out and be hateful to people. We should stand up for what's right. We should let our voice be heard. But if we're honoring our emotions, if we're sitting with our feelings, one of the things that you'll discover from doing this work is that what happened to all that anger I was just feeling? It just dissolved. And now I'm clear. Now I'm experiencing that spaciousness that we just had a moment of at the beginning of this talk. Now I'm in the field of pure possibility, and then the divine ideas begin to rise up. The angels, the messengers from God that are bringing us our instructions. Here's your orders, the divine idea that comes up. I'm here to express joy. I'm here to express light, whatever it is in your own unique way that you can do it. So we sit with our feelings, we feel whatever is coming up, and then we've created this spacious place within our consciousness where all things are possible, and we can be the light of the world that we're here to be. So take a deep breath with me. Get in a position that's comfortable. If you don't feel like doing this, that's fine. I don't care. What's up for you? What have you been avoiding? What have you been fighting not to feel? Just let it come up this morning. Whatever it is. You can close your eyes. You can keep your eyes open. Just remember to breathe. Breathe into your heart. And just be with whatever's up. Be here in this moment. Rumi says every day is like a guest house. And we open the door and we welcome everyone who shows up. if it's anger, sadness, frustration, grief, joy, happiness. Just breathe into your heart. Be gentle with yourself. We are now in the presence of pure beingness, immersed in the Holy Spirit of life, light, love, wisdom, beauty, and power. Now breathe into your heart. And as you breathe in, breathe out. Imagine that your heart is breathing. And now let's bring ourselves back to that place, that field, with flowers and trees and birds, a picnic, a stream, the sun, the sky. Spaciousness, vastness, that's what you are. Feel how delightful it is to be endless.